hustle hard. If money come, we turn up. If it no come, we go make them. It too short.
Secure the bag, secure the bag, secure the bag, secure the bag, secure the bag.
Okay, so welcome to another section. Our first question is entries. We have different types of entries, and we have what we call the risk entry, and we have what we call the 15 minutes flag, 15 minutes flag, or 1 hour flag. Okay, so these are entries we currently use. The old entries are no longer needed again. When I was doing started Falcon, so these are new quality and safe entries to take while using a Falcon strategy. Okay, we have what we call the maybe a market is moving in a kind of direction. Now, how would you get advantage of this particular pair? So we have what we call 15 minutes flag outside structure, something like this, then flag. Okay, let's take this one as inside structure. 15 minutes flag inside structure and 15 minutes flag outside structure. Now, so how do you take advantage? How would you know this is a structure inside the flag, or this is a 15 minutes flag inside the outside structure? Let me give you an example. So let's say, for instance, market is moving in a corrective phase. So we actually don't actually know the actual point at which price we actually enter. You know, back then, common entry, we take trade at second touch down to 90% true. But now we don't actually take trade at that point anymore. What we do for confirmation, when we see the market going in any trend, our first thing to have in mind is what? A risk entry or a flag. Okay?
Come.
So I'm trying to put this thing properly. So okay. So let's say price is moving like this in a correcting phase, and we're actually looking for how to enter. The first thing that comes to mind as a Falcon trader is something like this. We won't just enter at this big channel. I see most people, they will see a very big channel and they'll put the entry at this point. Here's my entry, okay? Put the entry at this point and the SL, yeah, in a very big structure. It's wrong. Falcon, we don't take trade like that. We don't take trade like that. What we do is this: we wait for two things: a risk entry or flag. Now, for instance, now we're talking about a high created before price got to a particular point. Let's say, for instance, price actually made some corrective phase before price did something like this before. Oh God, what's this? Okay, now as a macro trader, we'll first spot out those highs at which price got to before going down or before the trend went down. So if, let's say, for instance, a chart is like this and we are Falcon trader, the first thing we'll do is this: we'll be expecting price to rally down, give us a flag, 15 minutes down to 90% true. So when we say a price moving like this, the first thing we'll be looking for is a retracement, a flag as confirmation, then set down to our 90% true. Or wait for price to actually come back and rally above, outside the structure, rally to the top, to the last high it created before giving us that structure. Let's see some price rally up like this, then give us a flag outside our structure. And if I Falcon trader, we'll be looking to take the trade outside the structure, then shut it down to 90% true. Or either we expect this for price to do, or we actually wait for something like this, comes here, double top, retrace with the flag, down. So this is how we actually catch trade using the Falcon strategy. These are entry types we use in the Falcon strategy. So let's go to a live chat and let me give you a quick example of what I am talking about. Okay. Now let's use the past EU. Now you could see clearly. Let me clear this off first. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to assume price has not actually rallied up to this point, so has not done all this move you're seeing right here. This is not a paid trading view. I would have said let me replay. So let's say for instance price has not done something like that. So we'll be this is our normal Falcon channel, sorry, not the flag, Falcon channel. First of all, learn how to spot out your channels. Now people were like, okay, how do we enter this trade? Now, the first thing we'll spot in first is this stop here. We're going to mark it out first as a valid place to either short the market.
Don't matter.
So here will be actually a valid place for us to actually short the market for this particular channel. Now, then price is okay. How will I get information that actually price is going to be at that point? At this point, like I said, we have two types of entry, different types of entry, and this is all risk entry. You've analyzed. You have our first touch right here. We have our first touch. We have our first touch. Second touch. Then now we are seeing price right up back to this particular double top right here. Now the first thing we'll do as a Falcon trader, we'll map out a risk entry around this zone. Now, how do we get this risk entry? Most people get it wrong. Now, let's say for instance you're drawing your structure, your Falcon structure in a straight line like this, joining in according to the trend. Now, and you can get your first touch. You say, okay, your first touch, second touch. Now, price got here, started retracing back. Now, all you do first is make sure your trend line right here is straight and is touching each of them. Then spot out the point at which price has not gotten to. Let's say price is currently at this place, it has not gotten to here at this point. So what will you do? We carry our risk entry, we'll place our order right here. Then Excel around that point as a risk entry down to at least 90%. Now people will be like, okay, what if it does not get to that point? That's when you now say, okay. Now in Falcon strategy, the only time frame we deal on, the lowest time frame we can get to is the 15 minutes time frame for our flag. Okay, let's say for instance, you say, oh, it's not in my plan, it's not in my trading plan, I can't take a risk entry. I don't take any risk entry. You say, okay, fine. The next thing you will do as a trader is wait for 1 hour candlestick confirmation. Okay. Now you could see that the price has already given us 1, 2, 3 touches. It has given us multiple touches confirmation. So which means if price decides to come above and break this particular point, it means at this particular zone, we should be looking for a 1 hour candlestick confirmation. So we'll go to our 1 hour chart. This is a 1 hour chart already. Okay, let's zoom in. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Okay, so let's move this. So easy. Now there's something. This is where experience comes into play. This is where experience comes into play using the Falcon strategy. Now, over the years, I've observed and discovered something. Now, when price gets to a double top, it sometimes breaks up and starts giving us candlestick confirmation, 1 hour candlestick confirmation. Then later it will still beat above it. But it happened just once. Let me give you an example. Now, what price did here? Price broke the double top right here, and we're looking to take the shorts. Let's say for instance, we're not using this risk entry at the moment. We decided to use this particular 1 hour candlestick confirmation. So what we will do, we'll say, okay, see if these are prices. We'll actually go to our 15 minutes. Let's see what 15 minutes is actually going to give to us. Let's see if it shows us. Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Now, this is what price did in the 15 minutes time frame. So that we'll be looking for a flag at the 15 minutes time frame, or all we're looking for is a 1 hour candlestick confirmation. Now, price has beaten above your normal point of entry. Yeah. Hello, were you saying something?
I don't understand the to draw a box.
Okay, I said that's how to spot. Okay, let me come again. Let me go back to our 1 hour chart. Okay. Now, I said when price gives you multiple touches confirmation, did not obey the first. You should know this is our first touch, second touch. Don't forget that at every second touch, we're supposed to short the price down to 90% true. But now price revolved. Yes, it's involved here. So it started rallying up back to this point. Now, don't forget, Falcon said we should always take TP and break even at this particular point. Then wait for a retracement with the flag before entering again to 90% true. Now, notice something. Now, price actually did not give us what we wanted to short at 90% true. It was about to give us a third touch above. Now, first of all, you do is draw your trend line. Draw your trend line. Okay, let me move my trend line again so I can show you guys properly. Okay, so let me move this too. Okay. So first thing you do is draw your trend line. 4 hours. With our 4 hours chart. Okay. Okay. Now, so these are our 4 hours charts. Now we'll draw our trend line, our normal Falcon structure. Now we'll draw our Falcon structure. Now, like we said before, according to Falcon rule, we have our first touch right here, a first touch here. If let's say okay, a first touch here, then a second touch, third touch here. Now it's about what price did was this. Don't forget at this second touch, we're supposed to short this price from this point down to this point. But now what the price do? Price got here at break even, got there and started revolving. So you know what involving is. Price involved back to our normal initial entry. Now, why did he do so? That's where the idea of our Falcon tops. Now, like I said before, how do you spot all these tops? Some will call last high that it created before retracing down to before it retraced down to this particular point. Now, if you notice closely, you see that price has not actually gotten to this height right here. If you notice that price has not actually touched this particular point here. So now what will you do first? Let's say price has not actually done this, has not gotten we are here currently. So which means where we'll be spotting to short this particular pair is at this risk entry at this point. So we're looking to short the market at this range. We're looking to short market at this range. We score risk entry. We don't enter at that point most time because sometimes it does not goes as planned, but sometimes it goes as planned. But at least just put at least 20 pips stop loss or whatever. Now, what we do when we see something like this and we see this double top right here, it's either wait for 1 hour candlestick confirmation or we place a risk entry at this particular third touch because we're expecting a third touch around this zone. Now, what the price do? Price actually did not give us, they missed this our entry around this point. Now, what will you do? You go down to your 1 hour chart. Go down to your 1 hour. Go down to your 1 hour. Now, what we're looking for is 1 hour candlestick confirmation at our point of interest. Now, this is clear and simple. Watch. Now, this is our double top around this trend line. This is our double top around here. Now, at this range, what we'll be looking for right now is what we call 1 hour candlestick confirmation. That's how we actually get to catch our interest most times at our point of interest. Let's say, for instance, I want to actually enter at this trade. Let's say this one beat out. I will not enter this one because why? It's just it just got to that point of interest. So I wait for price to actually go back there and retest. Now, this is not a strong 1 hour candlestick retracement here. I say, okay, this is not what I'm waiting for. So price decided to still rally up. We're seeing 1 hour. You just wait patiently. Let's say this sample take about 5 or 6 hours, whatever. The one thing is, when you get that 1 hour candlestick retracement, once you get this retracement, now look at what we have here right now. Let me delete this. Okay. Now you could see this clear and simple. Yeah. This is our 1 hour candlestick. So we put our SL above the candlestick. Or you can say, let me just use 20 pip stop loss or something. Or you just put it on top of the 1 hour candlestick confirmation. Then you short. It's either you short down to this particular place, this particular height, or you short down completely to 90% through. It depends on how patient you are as a trader. Now, as a trader, you need to work on your patient mode, because that's the only way you can actually succeed in this market. Are you patient enough to hold the particular trade from back for the particular point to this particular point? Now, the next thing is this. If you're able to capture this 1 hour candlestick retracement, now, or maybe you missed it or something, you're not looking for a way to rally above the structure. Don't forget, around the structure. Once you go down to your 15 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame, go down to your 15 minutes time frame, go down to your 15 minutes time frame, then look for a flag. Look for a 15 minutes flag, a very beautiful 15 minutes flag. Now, at this point, you could see clearly that we did not actually get any 15 minutes time frame at this after breaking out of that double top, because now patiently we have missed our 1 hour candlestick, so we're waiting for a flag, a good 15 minutes flag. Okay, here we go. Now, price may have done a lot. You've missed out from a lot of trades right here, but don't panic. You say, okay, you spot one right here. This is a 15 minutes flag, a beautiful 15 minutes flag right here. You just enjoy a 15 minutes time frame flag there. Now, you are not supposed to, let's say price has not actually done this big retracement right now. You're not supposed to start entering at that top there. No, what you should do is this, and this is what I advise so many people. Place your trade at the break even of the 15 minutes flag. Now, and you put your SL above it, above here. Let's see, that's about 10 pips stop loss. See? Put it there. Then you can now short down to our 90% rule. Simple and clean. I can remember this trade because I took part in this particular trade 2 months ago. You could see, even if you missed out at this particular point, you still got a chance to enter with our 15 minutes flag inside the structure down to our 90% rule. Now, this is a 4 hours flag or 4 hours channel. They were able to spot out a 15 minutes flag inside the 4 hours channel. So this is how we take a trade. We'll try, but as a Falcon trader, you need to be very, very patient. Very, very patient. We don't just take trade anyhow. Because we focus more on the major moves, because you cannot be saying you want to be chasing the noise and chasing the noise and chasing the noise. Only one big move you will catch like this will cover a lot. Like trade that you let's say for instance, you're a scalper. And those scalpers will take SL and TP most time, SL and TP most time because they are scalpers. Let's say for instance, that does not mean swing traders does not take SL. But what I'm saying is this keeps you on a safer side. You can do other things, relax your mind, do other things you're doing, place your trade, rest. You understand? And one trade you could just catch could cover you a long way. Imagine this particular trade. How many pips is this? 238 pips, 236 pips. Imagine you using 0.05 lot size of this. Huge money that will carry you for a whole month or a whole week. Let's say a whole week. So that's how we trade in the Falcon strategy. So let's go down to another structure, and that's how you still keep on looking for flag upon flag upon flag. See,
sorry, because please can you please go back to the 1 hour time frame? I want to check something. Please.
1 hour time frame. Here we go. Okay. What's the question?
Yeah, please can you zoom to that that break of that double top? Yes.
Okay.
You said 1 hour
candlestick confirmation at our point of interest. Okay.
This point where you took it, and sorry.
Yeah.
This first. I want to ask, let's say you shot it, we shot it and
At this
later
particular
went back.
point,
Yes.
it's not
I think
bad.
that last week.
It's not bad to take your trade here, but it's mostly that means if you to take your trade around here, knowing fully well that we're expecting a touch around this zone. What I would advise you is this. That means if you had huge capital, I won't take such kind of risk. I mean, I will have to increase my SL. I mean, you have to be trading very huge SL about something pips. But if you're comfortable with it, you can actually take it. But me personally, I won't take such a trade at that particular point. I've noticed it on Bitcoin. So many pairs does that. When you get to that point of double top, instead of it to start going down, it will start retracing, giving you trying to give you a sign of 1 hour candlestick confirmation. That 1 hour candlestick confirmation is a proof for a more downside. Note, when it gets to your point of interest, like I said, when it gets to your point of interest, when it does not get to your point of interest, don't look for any 1 hour candlestick confirmation. But when it gets to your point of interest, you can actually look for your 1 hour candlestick confirmation.
So please, I want to ask, 1 hour confirmation, is it like all those
I don't trade candlesticks, but what we call it is 1 hour candlestick retracement. This is our 1 hour candlestick. Okay, let's say for instance now. Okay, let's say for instance you still doing the backup strategy. You won't take this particular 1 hour candlestick confirmation. What will you do? You wait for this big retracement right here. This big retracement. Let me circle it for you. This big retracement. This one I circled. So that is a big, huge 1 hour candlestick confirmation. Now you and let's control. Now these are a good 1 hour candlestick retracement. Oh, we're running out of time. 10 minutes more. So this is a good 1 hour candlestick confirmation. A good 1 hour candlestick confirmation. But one thing is this. For you to know that the candle will actually break out of that particular structure, you have to wait for the price to actually break out of this point. But that's for people novice like me. I'm already experienced in this. So I know how price operates. I'll already take my trade here. But you try to take a trade here because you're looking for a very good 1 hour candlestick retracement right here. Let's say for instance you won't take a 1 hour candlestick retracement right here, which is not bad. Because you're waiting for that big 1 hour retracement. It's retracement we're looking for. The 1 hour big retracement for a good confirmation for more downside. Do you get?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any other question? So can you actually tell me the types of entry we have? Okay, let me say it again. We have a risk entry, 1 hour candlestick retracement, 2, then 15 minutes flag or 1 hour flag. But I love going with the 15 minutes flag because 1 hour flag is huge. So even if I get the 1 hour flag, I will go deep and look for a 15 minutes flag inside the 1 hour flag. So these are the way to stay safe in the market. Yeah. Any other question? Feel free to ask me a question. Okay. Are you confused?
No, I still want to jot something down.
Okay.
For the entries, you said we have
our 1 hour candlestick retracement.
Okay.
Then we have our 15 minutes flag inside or outside structure. As long as you have a 15 minutes flag inside the asset structure.
15-minute flag outside the
outside or inside
the structure.
Let me give you an example. Okay. Let's say like this price now. It's let's say for instance our height is around this range. Maybe there was no height right here. So let's say our height was this right here. Let's say our height was this, and this is our structure. Now, and price decide to do something like this. Oh, okay. Price decide to do something like this. Go above our point of interest. Then what you do? Wait for a flag to confirm a downtrend. Wait for what? A 15 minutes flag to confirm the downtrend. That's what I'm talking about right here. This is 15 minutes flag outside structure. Then this is 15 minutes flag. Maybe price had to come like this. Then 15 minutes flag inside structure. 15 minutes flag outside structure. 15 minutes flag inside structure. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So any other question? So that means we have risk entry, 15 minutes flag inside or outside structure. Then we have our 1 hour candlestick retracement. These are the 3 ways we take our or cut our entries or trades on a particular day.
How about the reduced risk?
Yeah?
Reduced risk and
I can hear you.
reduced risk in the entry for
Reduce risk what?
Reduce risk entry, like at the break of the structure, something like the break of the is this
trend line,
rising,
right?
something like that.
At the break of the trend line.
At the break of the trend right here.
Yes.
Like I said before, things have changed. We're no longer using those things. What we actually use right now is our 15 minutes flag. Don't use those ones anymore. You might get stopped out a lot. So first of all, get your structure. Look for a 15 minutes flag at your point of interest. Wait for it to complete our touches. When you're having multiple touches confirmation, tag in, tag out, or you're having a corrective structure, what you should do to actually spot more downside is wait for a flag. And most times, don't always wait for it to complete 80% true. Put your TP at break even. Let's say for instance, this is a particular trade. Now, first, let's say for instance, you got this 1 hour candlestick retracement, and you want to play safe. Just take your TP right here, around this place. I'll take my TP here and rest. Then wait for a flag. You understand? But if that's for if you are still trying to grow yourself, try to put your TP at least 1%. You must not wait for 90% true to complete. Though it's a must for you to complete 90% true when the bigger structure forms a huge Falcon structure. But for you to be playing safe most times, because most times at this point, I know you don't know what a corrective structure is and a structural structure is. So there are different kind of structures we meet in the market, different kind of structures and different way we approach and take trades with them. So that's one thing that will explain to you later on in the advanced class. So that's for the advanced class. Leave that one. So this is this is how we take trade using any particular structure. Don't forget, when you're having multiple touches confirmation, wait for a flag, a 15 minutes flag outside or inside the structure, or enter at reduced risk. That is risk entry. That is what you guys call reduced risk. This is risk entry. This particular box is risk entry. The one thing about this risk entry is it is bound to hit yourself. That's why it's called risk entry. So that is why we prefer waiting for a 15 minutes flag or 1 hour candlestick retracement at our point of interest. So was I able to clear your questions and doubts or your curiosity?
Yes.
Okay. So that's it for today, and I will be sending the video. Just try to send me a message on Telegram so I can send you the recorded class, so you can also rewatch again and again and again.
My guy called me, he tell me make I turn up in this shorty. A full body, you know if you follow drag, it's short for me. Shade call me, say the girls want rock, they need some.